kid. It's the 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 kid. Guys, he's landed. He's in Turin. And he's on the precipice of becoming a Juventus player. Gallo, what are you doing in my chat group, bro? Gallo, I already told you that unless this guy is 100% signed, you're banned from my chat group. But you're still here. So the only reason why I'm allowing you here because it looks like if Juve are very close. And we're going to talk Juventus. We're also going to talk the possibilities of who else Juventus can get. So I don't want to really go too deep into the Ligt, what he can do, what he can't do, and so forth. But suffice to say, this is huge for Juventus. And I think for so long, it seemed as if the Ligt was going to ride and roll with... he was going to roll and ride with Barcelona. Like how Barcelona, when they were not able to close that deal, is beyond me, because I thought that was how it was going to roll. I thought how it was going to roll is that they were going to close that deal. So for some reason, they didn't close that deal. He wasn't a Barca man, but put that to one side. The spoils are now with your boys Juve, and I think, look, man, I mean, it's huge, and I think what you're seeing from Juventus is they're making big moves, and I think, Bayern Munich should look at Juventus and say, bro, that is what we should be doing, because I think, as I've always said before, Juventus, they need that European Cup. They need that trophy, because I think it doesn't matter how many Serie A titles they win, AC Milan can always turn around and say, bro, we have more European Cups than you. Because a European Cup just gives you that air of authority. It just gives you that air of, you know what, we're truly a big club. Because I think if you just have a bunch of domestic titles, that's cool. But the domestic titles aren't as big as the big one. The CL is the biggest European trophy. And I think what Juventus are doing in monitoring Pogba, when they sign Cristiano, bringing in Ramsey, and now looking to buy Matic Ligt, who, let's just be real, he is the most sought after defender in the world. He is literally like the young kid. And I think also what is very interesting is this. It's so interesting how things are changing. For so long, this was always during the whole Messi Cristiano era, it was all about attacking players, and I think we shifted from what the Serie A was about. Because remember, when the Serie A was really dominating, it was all about defensive players. It was all about defensive players. What can they? People like Maldini, Nesta, Desailly, Thuram. These were the Cannavaro. These were the top guys. Then we shifted away from that, and everybody was attacking guys, and our defenders had to, be attackers. But we're now coming back to an era where defenders are now big names. You're looking at your boy Koulibaly. You're looking at your boy, what's his name? You're looking at your boy Van Dijk. You're now looking at your boy now Ligt, where these defenders right now are now big names. And I think I cannot remember the last time. I don't think there's ever been a defender who has been so sought after and been so in demand as Ligt. Like literally, like the amounts of hype around him is normally for attacking players. Really. So I mean, just think about it. Has there ever been a time when where people have written so many articles and there's been so much focus on a defender? I mean, let's keep it real. You can't tell me you cannot tell me a defender, because trust me, like please tell me, like back in the day with Baresi or Beckenbauer, they weren't as sought after as this dude, and I think even with the Van Dijk guy, when he moved to Liverpool, I was there to say, okay, so I'm to Liverpool, like. It's only when he's been at Liverpool that people are now, oh, Van Dijk. But there's never been like a song where so many big teams are trying to get a defender. Like, look, the Ligt was in a tug of war involving PSG, Barcelona, and Juventus. And I think for Barcelona, I think this is a huge loss. This is a huge loss for Barcelona because Ligt is tailor-made for Barca's defense. And when you look at the fact that PK is done, he's finished. There's nothing to be said there. PK is done. And if Barcelona are rolling in with still relying on PK, they're screwed because PK was at fault for that thing. So I think what Barcelona desperately wanted was to partner Umtiti with Ligt. That's what they wanted. So I think Barca missing on that alternate is huge. For PSG, I don't think Ligt was. PSG's issue isn't defense. That's not their issue. Kimpembe is cool. Thiago Silva is cool. Marquinhos is cool. Their issue is not defense. Their issue is that they're a bunch of losers. That's the issue. Their issue is that, so buying a great defender will not change you from there's something in you that are just losers, that have like a loser's mentality. So PSG, they shouldn't be worried about him. See, for Juventus, then you see that, so you have to do the calculations. I think Bonucci is trash now. I wouldn't call him a brick yet, although his personality-wise with that whole Moise Kean thing, I'll call him a brick personally. He's not a brick, but he's not great. So he needs to be replaced. Chiellini is getting old. Chiellini can still give you 2 years. Chiellini can still give you 2-3 quality years. So in a team that prides itself on top defense, remember Juve, this Juve team was really Bonucci, Bazzali, Chiellini. That was really the kind of focus on the core of that team. So Bazzali was well-known, much older, way past his peak. And I think that move that Bonucci made to AC Milan screwed him up. I think when he made that move to AC Milan, I think it screwed him up. So if we're now bringing in Ligt, this is now a dude who's this dude can be with us for like a decade. So that's the reality. That's like, you're now bringing in a dude who you can ride with for a decade. So from that sense, that is why this is such a huge move for Juventus, because you're buying long term. Because things like, you're not only buying long term, he's good now. He ain't top tier. Let me be real. Like for me, I'll put Ligt tier 2. Tier 2. I think, and to be 19, 20 years old and be a tier 2 defender is quite outstanding. That's quite, so a tier 2 19-year-old defender is quite outstanding because he definitely has the potential to be tier 1. Can he be a chief ogre? I'm not sure. Because again, like, I'm not a hype beast. So I'm not going to be like, oh, this guy in 5 years, he's going to be the best defender in the world. Because again, how can you know? Like, how can you assume that, Ligt, he's not going to be as good as a Cannavaro or a Desailly or a Thuram or a Nesta? These are the best defenders in the world. This is the best defenders in the world, or like a Beckenbauer. But I think, see this, because let's just be real, man. Juventus shouldn't have gotten Ligt over Barcelona. Now I'm not going to say which is the bigger club and so forth, but Messi plays for Barcelona, and maybe it's a case of cash, because I think Rayo. It makes sense. Raiola is Italian, isn't it? Just to think, Raiola is Italian. Because I think maybe it's due to Raiola that he's bringing him in. Bro, Ligt is tier. Guys, come on, let's be real. Are you not telling me that Ligt isn't tier 2? Come on, guys. He is tier 2. You have to call him a tier 2 defender, because based on just his defensive work, you're gonna say, this dude is tier 2. He's got a long way to even sniff upper tier 2. Because now that is like, say, upper tier 2, he needs to give me years before you even sniff upper tier 2. But I think as of right now, based on what I've seen of him from Ajax, but specifically what I saw from him in the Champions League. Look, man, let's just be real. It's the CL. When you ball in the CL, that tells me you've got something. That tells me you've got something. But I am surprised that Juventus managed to get this dude over Barcelona. That's my surprise. Because once Barcelona were even hovering over him, I thought, okay, look, of course it's going to go to Barcelona. Yeah, it's a great fit. He's a ball-playing defender. He can pass the ball very well. He would be a perfect fit and would fit extremely well in that setup. So it's a done deal. And I think, didn't they agree terms or something? Then for some reason, somehow, it got away. You know, somehow, somewhere, it got away. So I think, you know, for the Ligt man, no, for Juve, this is huge. This is a huge, massive signing, and I think this signing tells me that, and Juve, they're not done here. I don't think Juventus are done here because there are two more players that I think Juve are trying to get. There are two more players, but I think once they fully secure this, because I think Ramsey is interesting. Ramsey is interesting because Ramsey is tier 3. I've never seen Ramsey as a tier 3 player, but even if I say Ramsey is tier 3, he's a very useful tier 3 player to have. He's like at the upper end of tier 3. He's a very useful tier 3 player to have, and I think Ramsey in that Juventus system, playing the number 10 role, like sort of the role that's pretty much, basically he's the Marquise replacement, could be interesting. It could be interesting because it's such a strange purchase for Juventus to make. Because remember, I think they made this purchase before they even brought in Sarri. But if I'm looking at the Sarri system and how he likes to play, I think Ramsey could be a really good fit. I think Ramsey could be a really good fit in that system. So, what is the guy saying? So yeah, no, yeah. So look, I mean, because also as well, I think as the guy even pointed out, if you want to learn your trade as a defender, you go to Serie A. Simple as that. If you want to learn your trade as a defender, you have to go to Serie A because that is where the best defenders live. And I think even if Serie A isn't the top league as it was like in the 90s, that doesn't matter. I still believe that for any person to really go and really understand what it means to be a defender and what it means to really ride and be a proper defender, then this is definitely the way to go. It is definitely the way to go. Okay, I'm just checking something right quickly. Oh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, so for Juve, no. So Juve guys have to be happy right now. But again, is De Ligt enough for Juventus to win the Champions League? He's not enough. But it's a great spot because let's rewind ourselves to the funny thing. I think somebody even mentioned this. Cristiano knocked out Juventus, Juve go and buy him. De Ligt knocks out Juventus, Juve go and buy him. That's interesting. That is interesting. So So basically, look. So pretty much, it's just all about waiting to see what he can do, and we can talk about. But like, look, man. I mean, for Juventus, let's just keep it real, man. You got one of the best goal scorers in history in Cristiano. You've got one of the most sought after the defenders in the world. I think it's time for us to admit that Juventus are now part of the big dogs now. That when we talk about clubs with clout, that's the key thing. Clubs with clout. We know it's Real Madrid. We know it's Barcelona, and we're going to put Juventus there because I think, I think Bayern Munich, I don't put them in that category. PSG maybe, but I think when I think of clubs with clout, because to get someone like a De Ligt and Cristiano, you have to have clout. Money is one thing, but PSG have cash, but you have to have the clout. Chelsea has cash, Abramovich has cash, but you have to have the clout and the pull. So And the thing about it is that Juventus are not done yet because I'm hearing Neymar. I'm hearing Neymar. Now, Neymar. Okay. Look. First of all, if Juventus gets Neymar, so let's say Juventus have Neymar, you've got Cristiano, you've got Ligt, Ramsey in there as well. That is a pretty ridiculous team. That's a pretty ridiculous team. And also, even if Neymar gets injured, which we always know that he does, you've got Cristiano who can pretty much take his place. So, if look again, I'm just putting it out there like it probably won't happen. But if Juventus roll up to next season, Neymar, Cristiano, Ligt, guys, that's a very serious team. That's a very serious team. Neymar combining with Cristiano, Neymar providing for Cristiano, that's a very serious team. That's a very serious team. So, but again, like, look, that's very doubtful. But guys, who knows? Like, see, for me, the reason why I find that very exciting is that just makes it makes the Champions League very exciting because I want big players to spread their wings out across all the big teams. So we have parity. That's the thing. The key to a great Champions League season is parity. That is why it's almost good that you had the Leeds going to Juventus, because we now don't have that duopoly of all of the best players go to either Barcelona or Real Madrid. It's now mixed. It's now mixed. So that just shows you that, look, man. But again, which is why, like, look, Bayern have not made any moves. Now, I'm very worried with Bayern because these guys have not made any moves. And, like, look, I get they've got Pava and Hernandez. That's cool. But let's just keep it real. Pava and Hernandez are not winning you a Champions League. I'm sorry, they're not. They will help you. They improve the team. But Bayern need a marquee signing. Like, Juve already have their marquee signing, which was Cristiano. Ligt is another marquee signing, another important signing, because I think Bonucci is a brick. Like, he's a borderline brick. Really, I should put him under review. So that is a part of the team that they definitely needed to replace. So Juve are making moves. Barca have made the move with Griezmann. Real Madrid have already made their moves right now. PSG are working on this whole deal, and I'm going to touch upon that now. But for Bayern Munich, it's very worrying because you have to replace Ribery and Robin. They have to be replaced. Like, I've said this again, Kingsley Coman ain't it. Sorry. He's talented. There's some talent there. He's not a top tier player. I would barely put him in tier 3. Barely. He might be even tier 4. Gnabry is a slightly better version of Coman. So if Coman and Gnabry are your main two wide men, the thing that worries me is that I don't see Bayern Munich aggressively really trying to chase Leroy Sané and the Oos, because those are the two guys that they have to focus on. And the issue with the Bayern is that they never want to break the bank. Like Ule Kunis and Rummenigge, really, they never like to break the bank because for some reason they're like, no, we can't spend 80, 70 million on this dude. But it's like, Bayern, you have to understand that the game's changed. The game's changed. This is modern football right now. And in modern football, you've got to play the game. And the name of the game is you've got to put down that cheddar. You have to beat 7. Man United are about to get a guy called Jerry Maguire for 80 mil. They're about to get a dude called Jerry Maguire for 80 mil. So, I'm sorry, Bayern Munich. You can't be like, oh no, we won't spend more than 40 or for 50. if you want this place, you've got to put down 60, you've got to put down 70. Like, to get Leroy Sané off of Man City, it's a minimum of 70. It's a minimum of 70 because he's worth 70. And Leroy Sané is a player who you pay 70 mil for because he's that good. Leroy Sané is a borderline upper tier 2 player. He's a borderline upper tier 2. He's right now at the upper echelon of tier 2. He's a borderline upper tier 2 player. Like, Leroy Sané is someone that Bayern should do all they can to go and buy. You go to Man City and say, how much do you want for this kid? And you tap Leroy Sané up and say, look, we want you. Because you are the future and you're the replacement for Robin. We see you in the future replacing Robin. That's what you can do. Because look, everyone wants that CL, but there can only be one winner. There can only be one winner because, you see, with these teams like for Juventus, Bayern, PSG, no one cares that you win your domestic league. No one cares. It's if I'll keep it real. For these teams, if you don't win the Champions League, your season is a failure. If Cristiano goes through his entire tenure at Juventus and doesn't deliver a CL, it's been a failure. It's been a failure. The reason you were brought in was to win the Champions League. That's why you were brought in. And I think once you are clubs of this stature, it is a necessity to win the Champions League. It's a necessity. And Liverpool, they have a target on their head. They have a target on their head. People are gunning for them because, trust me, once you're the defending champions, people are gunning for you. So look, I mean, we have to just see what Leroy Sané does. So now I want to go to this whole Neymar thing now. So I read that PSG rejected a bid. So Barcelona offered PSG 40 million euros plus Coutinho and Rakitic. Let me repeat that again for the guys at the back. Barcelona really believed they could make PSG sign a contract that said we'd give you 40 million euros. Loose change to PSG. Loose change, like that's just like cobbles. It's pretty much like you might as well just give them 40 kobo. 40 million euros plus Coutinho and Rakitic. First off, 40 million, get the hell out of here. PSG's midfield is cool. Yeah, they've lost Rabiot and everything. You still got Verratti. You still got Marquinhos who can play in midfield. It's cool. Rakitic will not greatly improve that midfield for PSG. You're offering PSG the most expensive flop of all time. So, wait, what are they supposed to do with Coutinho? So, you want us to give you Neymar, and we take Coutinho back. How is Coutinho supposed to improve our team? How is Coutinho supposed to fit in a setup with Cavani and Mbappe? How's that supposed to work? For me, that's a dumb deal. If I'm PSG, I say to Barcelona, 65 plus the ooze. Or because Barcelona seem to be pretty tricky because you seem to love Longley and so forth. Or I say 50. No, 65. 65, the Oos and Umtiti. Then you have yourselves a deal. 65, the Oos and Tiri. That's take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. That's the final offer. because Barcelona, you're having a laugh. You see, for Barcelona, 100%, they have to try and go in for Neymar, and I think that is a great move for them to try and go in for Neymar, because this team is in need of a true star player. Because again, we go back to our fateful night where they brought it up against Liverpool. The main culprits, apart from the defense, was the Cannibal and Coutinho, who were trash. And Messi needs help. Messi can do it by himself, but he can't do it all by himself. He can do a lot of stuff by himself because individually he was crazy. He needs some help. And he got zero help from Coutinho. And didn't the Cannibal score like one CL goal? So, but Barcelona, you have to. I mean, that's just spitting on the face of PSG. Like PSG, like look, man, look. Let's get real. So Neymar's gonna push for an exit. Well, look, bro. Oh yeah. Look. Now, I know this is a rumor. This is not probably true, but look, it's still stuff to talk upon. Now, this is no offense to Man United. No offense to Man United fans. I respect Manchester United. They're one of the greatest clubs. They're still one of the biggest clubs financially and global-wise. If you go to Nigeria, the amount of people you see with a United jersey is huge. The United brand is healthy. It is an amazing, amazing brand. So this is no disrespect whatsoever to Man United. If Neymar ends up at Man United, I'll induct him. I'll not only induct him, but if Neymar ends up at Man United, this would have been the greatest fall of a football player that we've ever seen in history. Just imagine this for a second. Forget about United and everything. So Neymar went from joining Barcelona, being one of the seen as the heir to Messi, being seen as one of the greatest players of his generation, being seen as the successor to Ronaldinho, the next superstar to redefine football. So you're telling that to go from there to joining a team who finished 6th, and they have a striker who wears Timberland. They have a striker who wears Timberland boots. They've got a dude called Trashley Young, and they have a dude who was called the next Mbappe. Oh. Okay. No. Easy. No. This is no disrespect to Man United because that's just rude. But like, look. This just be real. But I don't want to ask. I just want to ask the audience. Because like I don't know who said it. Just relax, guys, chill. Chill. I don't know what to say, but did someone say that Rashford was the next Mbappe? I don't know. Like someone said that Rashford was supposed to be the next Mbappe. That's what someone said, that he would end up being like one of the best players in the world. I heard that from somewhere, I don't know. So if Neymar joins Man United, because like, no jokes, you're joining a team who came 6th, will be playing in the Europa League, and for the foreseeable future, they will be playing in the Europa League. Because I don't want to just keep it real for United fans right now. United are going through an AC Milan. United are the AC Milan of the Premier League. Great club, one of the most recognizable badges out there. You're going to be suffering for the next 5 years. It's going to take at least another 5 years for you to now get back to the top. You just need to accept that. That's just not like, I'm sorry. That's just something you have to accept. You're going to be suffering for the next 5 years. You're going to be suffering for the next 5 years. So Neymar is not joining Man United. Because I read a story, and look, it's the Sun, so you can't trust it. But I just read a story that said Neymar possibly to Man United. Now, let's just play this game. If Neymar joined Man United, let's say he just joins them right now under Solskjaer. He'd improve them, and there'd be a very good chance they could make top 4. The Premier League is a very fast league, and this isn't Uber Eats Ligue 1. So I just remind Neymar, this isn't Uber Eats. You know, this isn't Uber Eats. Guys can get physical on you. So if you try to do little tricks and try to really mess up guys and everything, you'll get your legs hacked. And there's no winter break. So you know that Neymar is made out of glass. Talented, super talented, but he's made out of glass. So if Neymar was to join Man United, they're not automatically winning the league. They're just not. But I still believe that his brand would take a hit because, yes, United are still a big brand, and I think it would still have been, wow, you joined United, this huge franchise and so forth. But you're not in the Champions League. You're not in the big man. I think it is very important for Neymar's brand that he's in the Champions League. That is important for his brand. So if you're not in the Champions League, I think that harms. So let's talk pop. Remember, guys, if you want to ask a question, use the super chat. Use the super chat. The super chat, I will be able to answer any questions you have. Super chat questions will get priority. Use the super chat. I will answer your questions 100%, and it helps to support thy channel. Labil. So again, this is just what I read. That's what I read. I'm a regular man. I do my reading. Guys, shout out to Football Espana. If you don't follow football, no, I've got to do this plug. Every morning, I update the website and I put in stuff in the news ticker and everything. And literally on my saved things on my address bar is the Twitter accounts of Football Italia, Football Espana. Football Espana is quality. I use that Twitter account. Basically, most of this stuff that you're seeing here, that most of the new stuff I do, I get it from Football Espana, and it is quality, completely and absolutely quality. So 100% quality people, and I think the beauty about them is that, you see, my issue with guys like 90 Minutes and Goal is like, you spend your time just trying to be funny. You spend your time I just want the flipping news, you morons. I'm sorry. Just give me the news. Okay, yes, you can crack a joke for once or something, but can I just have news? Can I just have news? Yo, guys, yo, mods, man. If this Adam Palmer guy is being a moron, kick the dude out, man. Kick him out. If that dude is being a moron, kick the dude out, man. Don't mess with the flow here, man. So yeah, so Football Espana's quality. Okay, let me hit up this super chat, man. Did I see one? Oh wait. Oops. Oh, damn. What the hell? Oopsie. Watch out. I think I missed one. Yeah. So super chats here from Ricky Rick, who says, "How long will Ole last at United?" Thank you very much for your super chats, Mr. Ricky Rick. How long will Ole last at United? I don't think Solskjaer will finish out the season at United. Now, let me rewind things back. I felt that they should have hired him. because I said, you know what? I'm happy. Like, if a guy is getting results for you and everything, give him the full-time job. The team was playing better. Pogba was playing better. Everything was looking good for them. So it just seemed like that. So, but the issue with it is once he was given the full-time job, they began to break it up. And they just began to be like crap. And I think the reality of the matter is Solskjaer isn't a very experienced manager. And going into next season, yes, they bought Wan-Bissaka. Yes, they buy Jerry Maguire. If they lose Pogba, I don't think he finishes the season. Even if they have Pogba, I still don't think he finishes the season because, let me be real with you, I am very, very worried about Man United next season. I'm very worried. Because I'm really worried. Like, guys, let me level with you. I'm really worried. Because remember, you all insulted Uncle Mo. You all insulted the GOAT. Oh, it's the GOAT's fault. Oh, Uncle Mo did it. You insulted the GOAT, and the GOAT warned you. The GOAT said, bro, these guys are clowns. Scraps. The GOAT took these scrapyard heaps to second place. The GOAT won 3 trophies with these losers. So do you now know why I keep telling you why he's the GOAT? He give him dust and scraps, he can give you a Champions League. And who did he have at FC Porto? A bunch of sideshow bobs, and he delivered a seal. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can't even dream about Uncle Mo. He can't even dream about Uncle Mo. And I don't think that, see, right now is the honeymoon is over. It's now time for real hardcore management. And that's my United team that I see there. It is broken. You've lost Ander Herrera. You could lose Labille. You could lose Lukaku. So Ricky, bro, I don't want to say Christmas because that would be too real. I don't want to say Christmas. I don't think he finishes the season. I think, and it's an amicable split. I think it's an amicable split, but I think that's why I say to people like, for mine, I said, this is not me being harsh, bro. You're going through an AC Milan. You're going through an AC Milan. It happens. It's like AC Milan we're one of the biggest clubs in the world. 8 points. Under Ancelotti and Kaka Shevchenko, one of the biggest clubs in the world. But things happen. Things happen. You know, empires rise and they fall. Last I checked, is the Egyptian Empire around? Last I checked, is the Roman Empire around? Empires rise and they fall. So United fans, you're going to just have to go, because I still believe that Rashford can be a very good striker. I see a quality striker there. Martial is super talented. I don't know whether Solskjaer is the dude to get the best out of Rashford, out of Martial, and so forth. So yeah, I don't see him finishing out this season. Let's talk Pogba. So, Pogba to Real Madrid. So this is what I read. That Real Madrid apparently so basically, so this is what I read. Real Madrid needs to pay 200 million to trigger this dude's release clause. That's what I heard, which is insane. That's just insane. So they need to pay 200 million euros to trigger this dude's release clause, and that is the only way that they're going to sell him. Real Madrid are not paying 200 mil for Pogba. So, and remember, let's not forget, Juventus are still in the mix. I would be very surprised if Pogba is still a Man United manager. Sorry, I'll be very surprised if Pogba is still a United player next season. I'll be super surprised if that happens, because he said he wants to leave. He has so much influence in that dressing room. And rumor has it There are people in the United dressing room that say that they don't even want him there, that they don't even like him there. So it would be, because I already said Solskjaer's not going to finish out the season. So if Solskjaer, an inexperienced manager who I think is going to struggle, goes into a new season with a divided dressing room, bro, that's a disaster waiting to happen. That is a disaster waiting to happen. So it is in United's best interest that you see. The thing with United now is this. This is my advice for United is this: is that look, Pogba is gone. You have to just accept that. You need to find a replacement for Paul Pogba. They should have gone for Rabiot. And let's not forget that Juventus have Rabiot. So if Juventus can roll up with flipping Rabiot and Pogba, that's serious. We cannot rule out Juventus going for Pogba. So Real Madrid, you have to be very wary. Juventus are coming. Juventus are aggressively coming. Because trust me, once they secure Ligt, Juventus are going to see whether they can get Pogba. And I really believe that Juventus are monitoring Neymar as well. They monitor them as well because Juventus know that, look, we were a few players away from winning that Champions League. Because trust me, if you surround Cristiano Ronaldo with Pogba and Neymar, Juventus, I think they win it. That's enough to win the Champions League. That's enough to win the Champions League. Because what they were missing in that second leg was they didn't have an attack. And Allegri was just defend. But remember, you now have Sarri, who is a much more attacking coach. And if you're going to give me Ramsey, who's an attacking midfielder, and Pogba, who's another attacking midfielder, and you roll it with Neymar, bro, that's a serious team. That is a seriously star-studded team. Where you've got game winners in that team. So, you see, for Real Madrid are yet to, I believe in Zidane. Zidane produced the second best Premier League season for an individual. Fact. Not fiction, fact. Read it. It's in a book. The best single season for an individual was the Cannibal. The second best season for an individual in the Premier League was Zidane. Fact. It's not me saying it. Read the book. I'll show you the book. This is a fact that has been written down. That the best season was the Cannibal. Second best season was Zidane. So Zidane is a big signing for Real Madrid. Real Madrid need more. Real Madrid need more. They need more. Yo, shout out to your boy. What the hell is happening here? Shout out to your boy Lugano, man. Shout out to your boy Lugano. Thank you very much for the super chat here. You know what? Thank you very much for the super chat to your boy Lugano, man. Thank you very much, bro. Much obliged, bro. So they need more. Okay, there you go. They need more. Because I cannot wait to see Zidane versus I cannot wait to see Zidane versus Messi. Because that is top 3. And the reason why I wanted Zidane to move to Real Madrid is to prove to people how much of a real deal that is. Because people don't understand how this guy carried a flip. You know, in that 2014 season, the Cannibal had a very good team. He had Coutinho. He had Gerrard. He had Sterling. Did they have Sterling? Yeah, did they have Sterling? I think they had Sterling. Yeah. He had a good team. Who did Zidane have? An overweight fisherman from Argentina. A mentally unbalanced dude who has mental issues from Spain. with a pretty interesting wife. A one-trick pony from the wing. So just a bunch of bricks and a dude who dribbles in circles. So you have to carry that in. So I'm sorry, I know that you hate hearing this, but I'm sorry, Zad is top 3. He's top 3. Okay? If you keep pushing me, I'm gonna make him top 2. So don't push me. Don't push me. Let me read this flipping super chats. Super chats from your boy here. Thank you very much, Lugano, for your £1 donation, guys. Thank you very much. Super chat from your boy Ricky Rickman. Who will score most goals, Griezmann or Zad? Oh, very good question. I would say Griezmann. And the reason why I'll say Griezmann is the roles they will play. I feel that in Barcelona's pass and move system, Griezmann is gonna G up. I think Griezmann hasn't played with any player with the mental, creative ability of Messi. Because Messi is going to give Griezmann crazy balls. I remember Griezmann is a very smart football player. I told you, he's not world class. He's a sideshow. He's a Robin. But one thing I say, he's a very intelligent player. He understands moves and he understands the right moves to make. When Messi provides for Griezmann, Griezmann can drop 16. I think Griezmann can give you 15 or 16. Zad can maybe give you 10 or 11 because remember, it's roles. Zad's role in our Real Madrid team is to create for Benzema and Jovic and to add in scoring, but I think he's there to be a facilitator. I think his first port of call is I am there to give Benzema a through ball. I'm there to pass the ball down to Jovic. So his first port of call is to create. Griezmann, it's a balance between creating and goals. Because remember, Griezmann is there to replace Coutinho. And remember, for Messi is going to be doing everything and, goal scoring, creating everything. But Messi is like, when I get outside of the D, who's making that run into the box? Griezmann, it's going to be you. It's going to be you. And Griezmann is a very good finisher. See, Griezmann is a better finisher than Zad. As far as consistent finishing, Griezmann is a more consistent finisher than Zad. So for me, I would say Griezmann is going to score more goals. Who will have a better season performance-wise? I don't know. But I am very excited to see what Zad does. And I'm very excited to see, Real Madrid are going to be one of the most interesting teams to watch. Because of Zidane, Jovic, Zad, and if they get Labil. Because I want a classical. I want a classical. That's why I wanted Neymar to move to Real Madrid, because I want to see Neymar versus Messi. Because see, if Neymar moves to Barcelona, Barcelona will be too top heavy. Now if Neymar moves to Barcelona, Real Madrid gets Pogba, and maybe even Leroy Sané, then let's ride. So if we say Zad and Pogba versus Messi and Neymar, that's tasty. That's tasty. See, that's a classical that I want. That's a classical that I want. Let's check out these super chats right now. So from Martin Rosario, thank you very much for the super chats and thank you very much for your support of the Football Hot channel. It's very much obliged, man, and I'm here to help you guys and provide for you guys by help. But thank you for supporting me much. So Martin Rosario, what do you think about Trippier to Atletico? Doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. I don't understand it. I don't feel that he's good enough to be at Atletico Madrid whatsoever, and it makes zero sense. But Simeone has full control of purchases. So there is something that Simeone has seen in Trippier that says, I want him. And I can maybe make him better. So that's why that is a very interesting signing, because I'm like, it makes no sense. I mean, Trippier. But maybe Simeone says, I'm going to clean up his defending. I'm going to make sure that increase his concentration. This guy is a really good crosser of the ball. This guy has good delivery. But I'm going to make sure that his delivery is much more consistent. Because if his delivery is full on consistent, we have a great outlet out wide right. So maybe he feels that he can see a very, very good right back there. But he just needs to take him in on his wing and then improve him. So I think it's all about Simeone see something in this dude. Mar from Dungu Kamau. Dungu Kamau. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you for your super chats, bro. For super chat. So Dungu Kamau says, will Zad win the Ballon d'Or at Real? And if he does, will this shut up the haters? Zad's 28 right now. See, your question is, will he? That's it. Because I'm looking at the landscape of things. You see, I expect Van Dijk to win that Ballon d'Or. I think Messi and Cristiano, they're winding down, but they're still stalwarts in there. I'm not sure whether he will be able to, but he can. That's the best way for me to answer it. Will he? I can't say that 100% for sure, because because of him being a facilitator, this is the Zidane team having to really restructure itself, and I do not know how the Zidane team will look, and I still don't know whether they have Pogba and so forth. But can he? He has the potential to, and 100%. If Zad wins that Ballon d'Or, I'm making a 1 hour documentary. Because the Europa League, if Zad ends up winning the Ballon d'Or, then I've been vindicated. I've been fully vindicated, and then it then shows that next time, listen to me when I try and explain stuff to you. Listen to what the hell I'm flipping saying. I want to touch on Pep briefly. Let me be real with you, because I was just looking at City during the whole preseason stuff and stuff. Like, I think they're playing against West Ham, I believe. I'm shocked. I really believed that Pep would leave after 3 years, because I thought that it would just be a 3-year stint. So maybe that catch is good. So I think he's really in City for the long haul. But let me be real with you. Pep badly wants that Champions League, because no matter all the trophies that he's won, that is what puts Mourinho ahead of Pep. Insult Mourinho all you want. Oh, head to head, he destroys him. Look at how he redefined football and everything, you know. Mourinho won the Champions League with 2 different teams, and he didn't have Messi. Messi gave Pep those 2 Champions League titles. Pep should cut his Champions League medal in half and give one half to Messi. So Man City, if Pep doesn't win the Champions League with Man City, I call it a failure. Because you're not Tottenham, you're not Chelsea. This is a club that has been ridiculously funded. How much? This guy spends about 200 billion. So if you spend all this money and you spent all this money and not one Champions League final appearance, guys, let's be real. Let's keep it real. How many Champions League final appearances did Bayern Munich make under Pep? I'll ask the question again. How many Champions League final appearances did they make under Pep? Let's scratch that. How many times have we seen Pep Guardiola in the Champions League final as a manager after leaving Barcelona? Because people keep telling me that he's the GOAT. People keep telling me that he's one of the greatest managers of all time, that he's the greatest manager of all time. And I respect what Pep has done. I respect how he's redefined the game. And I respect how his coaching, his tactics, and just how he's been able to evolve the concept of passing. Something he took for Cruyff, but I believe that he's elevated and he's built upon the Cruyff concepts. And I think how Barcelona play, and even the Messi system, is a combination of how he evolved what Cruyff taught him. But I'll ask the class one last time. How many times has Pep Guardiola been in a Champions League final since he left Barcelona? And this is a GOAT. So the reason why he wants to remain at Man City is because, trust me, don't be fooled by his public appearance. He is desperate for that Champions League. And let's keep it real. If City had beaten Tottenham, they would have beaten Ajax. Man City Liverpool Champions League final, that could have gone either way. That really could have. Neutral venue, that's much. See, that would have been a really. It would have been better than that trash that we got with flipping Harry Kane sticking up the joints. But if City had made that final, we could have favored a different thing. But my point is, Pep, you need to win that. You have to win the Champions League, bro. You have to win the Champions League. You cannot go to Man City, spending all our money and not win the flipping Champions League. Sorry, no. I'm sorry. That can't happen. Super chat again here from Martin Rosario. Guys, thank you very much for the super chat. Remember, guys, if you need to ask me a question to help to support the channel, use the super chat. The super chats, I will be able to answer your questions, and it is a way of supporting your boy HH Half as I try and make this football hot to the next level. So Martin Rosario asks, Pep should only have one Champions League a la Chelsea 09. Martin. 2011. Wait. 2011, didn't he play Real Madrid in the semi where Higuain's goal was disallowed? I remember something happening in that 2011 semi where Higuain had like a perfectly good goal disallowed. But put that to one side. What happened in 2009 was a travesty. That was a travesty. I really believe that's why the referee retired. They didn't want a repeat of the. Do you know how it would look on the Champions League? They did not want a repeat of the same two teams to be in the final again. Do you know what that would mean? 2 finals in a row with the same two teams. Chelsea had 2 penalties after Iniesta's goal that were called off. These were stonewall penalties. Like, I am sort of big in conspiracy and everything, but I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. So, that 2009 thing, it is tainted. I'm sorry, it is talked about so much, and I think not even by Chelsea fans. Anybody with a clear mind that saw what happened, and you know what people always forget? People forget Essien's goal. Essien's goal was insane. It's just that it was ruled out by Iniesta's goal and all the drama that happened. That Essien's goal was insane, but how there were 2 clear penalties. See, that's why you must wish that there was VAR, because if there was VAR standard, Chelsea would have had at least one of those penalties and they would have scored it and they would have gone through. But I think because, you see, if Chelsea had reached that final, they would have beaten Man United. Based on that whole thing of getting revenge and that vengefulness of like, no, 1 year later we're going to come back and we're going to right the wrong that we had last season. So, but that was a robbery. So, because guys, let's keep it real. Let's keep it all the way real. I've always said that the two most one-sided, clean Champions League runs was the 2013 Bayern run and the 2015 Barcelona run. Those are the two best runs ever. Where, they destroyed everyone. Let me be real with you. I love that 2013 team. That Bayern 2013 team was 100%, but that final was close. That was a very close final. That Barcelona 2015 team that was a cheat team. That is literally the most one-sided run in Champions League history. They barbecued, menstruated, circumcised, and devalued every single team. It was stupid. And Luis Enrique, bless his soul and everything, oh my gosh, my stomach is rumbling. The tactic for that team was long ball to the front three. There was no midfield. It was so stupid that I'm watching a team that is literally, it's almost like you're playing FIFA or Pro Evo and just press, literally, if it depends, just press circle or just press X or just press circle so the ball goes up to the front three and they'll basically do it and score. Those guys decimated everybody. It was easy. So that is the most one-sided run. As great as that Pep team is, 2009, we already know that Chelsea thing was controversial. And that semi with Real Madrid was controversial. So no run that Pep had was a cleaner. None. So again, that's just being real. That's just being real. Like the biggest, the most wanted run was 2015. Easily 2015 was the most one-sided run. That was a cheat team. That was a cheat team. So let's just keep it real, man. Super chat here for Ricky Rick. Thank you very much for your super chat, bro. So Ricky Rick says Abidal's red card then. Nobody ever mentions that. Wait. When was Abidal red carded? Why? In which game was he red carded? I don't know about the 09 or the in the 09 game. Oh, 09. Alright, I mean, look, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I just call it as I see it, bro. Like that's flipping. Those penalty calls. I'm sorry. Was a great. But you know what? Look, I don't go on and on about this whole UEFA Lona thing and everything. Look. I think right now it's over. But I think it's see. Liverpool have to be very worried. Liverpool needs to be very worried because they need to buy players. And Liverpool are making no transfer activity. They're making no transfer activity. And let me just remind Liverpool fans out there, do not buy Coutinho. Look at Isco. Look at the Us. Fekir, I don't know. I think that might be too hype. Don't get Coutinho. Don't get Coutinho. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, man. So, but I think see, Liverpool, could they defend their title? Bro, I think Liverpool are going to be very tough to beat. I think Liverpool are going to be very, very tough to beat. But, you see, I take nothing away from Liverpool's Champions League win. They 100% deserved it. They were the best team, and I think Klopp has a quality team on him. And I think that team from back to front is just a very watertight, very, very strong, and just a very difficult team to play. But let's keep it real. Real Madrid were in transition. Bayern Munich were in transition. To a degree, you could say Barcelona are in sort of in transition. PSG, again, the whole Neymar issue. Dude can't even stay fit. For Juventus, yeah, they had Cristiano. It still isn't this. Juventus were literally relying on one man who almost made it for them, but it was far too much of reliance on one man. So that's where you got to be like, you've got to look beyond this. So it's a tricky one there. So, but Liverpool, I think they're going to be a threat, because I just think because for Liverpool, I think Gomez is going to become one of the best young defenders in the world. I think that guy is a top defender. I think Van Dijk is just going to go from strength to strength to strength. Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, they're young. These guys are young, man. So these guys are going to be around for the next 3, 4, 5 years. So they're going to keep on improving. I look at how good they are already now. They're going to keep on improving. I just think that Klopp just needs to just find that midfield. If he can just find the number 10, if he just finds that creator, that's the brains in his team, then boom. But Liverpool have to be worried because Real Madrid are coming, Juventus are coming, and guys, I still believe that there is one massive transfer still to be made. There is still one massive transfer still to be made. It could be both Pogba and Neymar, but we're not. I think a huge one is going to happen. There's going to be a huge, massive transfer that's going to drop, and we're not done it because it's been a pretty interesting transfer summer right now. So my advice to Liverpool is, bro, you've got to get purchasing. You have to get purchasing. You've got to get purchasing. You've got to try and find some people. Somehow, somewhere, you've got to try and find some dudes to try and buy. That's how we're rolling, man. That's how we're rolling them. So so it's it from your boy here, man. I hope you remember, guys. Hit the like button, man. Hit that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. And just to show some love to your boy H. So remember, actually, let me even put in a few of the plugs in there, man. I remember to join up on the Patreon page. Actually, do I have the Patreon page here? What the hell? Sorry. Remember to join on the Patreon page. $5 a month or $10 a month can get you access to extra content. It can get you better to extra content for your lovely selves in them on. So get yourself in there, guys. Get yourselves in there. It's great because I did it. I remember also as well, the shop, buy yourself some merch. Get yourself the Half of Football hot shirts, man, because I make yourselves look pretty cool. And also the link is below. Half Hope Sorts. So Half Hope Sorts is obviously my entertainment hub, films, anime, music, stuff. But at 9 p.m. BST, every weeknight I drop a movie recommendation. So every weeknight I drop a movie recommendation for you guys to watch. Maybe a film you've never seen before. Maybe it's a film you've seen before. But I drop you a movie recommendation. The one I've dropped right now is Equilibrium, which is an action movie classic, one of the best action movies of all time. So make sure that you view that, man. I am starving. I need to eat. And yeah, man, something very interesting is happening. Well, I'm gonna make an announcement on Friday. It's not really a big announcement, but it's just a little thing in that I'm coming in on Friday. But I think so. Just quick question: these live streams, would you want them daily, every weekday, every weekend? Which is good. So basically, would you want every week, every weekday, or just on the weekends? And what time? See, I'm trying to work on what is the best time for people in the UK and people in America, because I've got to think about the East Coast and the West Coast. Daily. Okay, so what would be the best time? Best time. 10 to 11. So, okay, so 10 p.m. is 9876. So 10 p.m. is 5 p.m. on the East Coast. 6 p.m. in England. So 5 p.m. on the, okay, wait, let me bring my so let's see here. So clock. So on the East Coast now it's 7:40. No, sorry. Yeah, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So LA's 8 hours behind. Okay then, so all right then, so 10 p.m. then. All right. 10 p.m. So yeah, so that's okay, that's what we'll do. So I'll try and stick to it. So 10 p.m. daily, we'll try and do these live stream things there. So guys, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 p.m. Stay true, stay real, be real. Peace out, man. Thanks for the love, guys. Peace.